We are the painters of our world. We are creators. We decide what.
As you can see, we've taken the Educate Elevate podcast on the road today, and we've arrived somewhere truly special. I'm your host, Danny Morrison, and we are here at the 3rd Annual Nandi Conference, surrounded by passion, purpose, and a whole lot of brilliance. The Nandi Organization is doing transformative work across California's community colleges, inspiring, uplifting, and supporting Black women and students. Their mission is clear. They're working to ensure that Black and African American women have the same access to opportunities, safety, and support in education and in life as everyone else. This year's Nandi Conference is a celebration of that mission. It's an opportunity to empower, to connect, and to uplift. And it's grounded in the belief that when we remove barriers and build stronger communities, we all rise. In this episode, you'll hear from students who are raising their voices and claiming their space. You'll meet educators and advocates working to change systems from the inside out. And you'll get a real sense of what it means to create a culture of care, accountability, and joy. One where Black women can succeed, not apart from others, but as a part of a more just and equitable future for everyone. This is more than a community. This is a movement. This is family. This is Nandi. So tell us today, what is the overall mission and ambition of Nandi?
Simply put, Nandi is an organization that sees and honors and elevates the voice of African-American Black women in community colleges, just to kind of elevate and give voice and create space for women to know, Black women in particular, that we are needed in this system, that our presence has value, that we are worthy.
So what makes Nandi such a special organization?
So the best way for me to describe that is the South African greeting, sawubona, right? And sawubona literally translates to mean we see you. And it is a relationship through sight. So it's not just a physical seeing, but it's saying that I see you, right? I see your story. I see your worth, your value, and that you are welcome here. And so I think what Nandi does is it really breathes life into the concept and notion of sawubona. It allows us to see Black and African American women throughout the community college system at all levels. And to be able to say, we understand your story, we understand that your experience may be different than other people in the system. And we're going to create space to say that is okay, and you are worthy, and you have the skill set, and you have the talent to be in those spaces and to make an impact change. And so that's the spirit of Nandi for me.
We are here with Denise Wissenhunt. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Wow. My job is the Chief Executive Operating Officer at Fresno City College. So what I basically do is support the students, faculty, and staff to meet our mission, vision, and values. And I just get to interface with a lot of students, which I absolutely love. I love being a part of the community. And so that's what I am blessed to do.
So what is the overall mission and vision of the Nandi organization?
Sort of structurally, we're designed to create spaces by which African American women can flourish within the community college system. So that's what we're charged to do. That's really our goal, our vision, and our values, is the sense that we're going to empower other women that look like us to achieve their dreams within the California community college system.
So what role does the Nandi organization play in helping Black women administrators advance within the California community college system?
We have a very important role to advance the objectives of African American women administrators within the community college system. Foremost, really to create spaces like you're experiencing today, where there's dialogue, those whom are already administrators and those who want to pursue pathways in administration. So while we do this sort of formally within this construct, the discussions happen afterwards. We meet students, we meet faculty, we meet staff, we meet people who want to ascend into administrative capacities. So we support them, be it formal discussions of where they want to go, and then also those informal kind of conversations of whether or not they can do it. So we're really proud of being able to do that, because we kind of create that environment in which women feel like they can do anything that they want to do.
Hi, my name is Samir Hassan, and I attend San Diego City College, and I'm majoring in journalism.
So what was your first experience with Nandi?
So this is my first time attending the Nandi Conference, and I would say I'm having a great time. I'm surrounded by such beautiful, intelligent Black women who are inspiring me to pursue my educational goals.
So what do you think makes Nandi so special? What drew you into the Nandi organization?
I'd say the fact that it's created by Black women for Black women, and specifically that, it surrounds education. A lot of the board members are educators. A lot of the women who I've been interacting with are educators. And that's what really drew me, because the truth is I grew up in environments that lacked Black representation. And I unfortunately lacked having Black women as mentors. And I'd say being able to be in a space that's filled with amazing, educated, beautiful Black women is just something that has, of course, drawn me to the conference. And I'm having a great time. And I'd say, I've had so much love and just amazing advice spoken into me that I know will carry forever. So I'd say it's taught me how to dream big.
My name is Anita Kayoma, and I go to Riverside City College, and I am a cybersecurity defense major. Bonus, I am also the president of the Black Women's Student Union of Umoja, which we have called Queens after our impactful experience here at the Nandi Conference.
Now, what's so special to you about Nandi?
Great question. Nandi is a space where I don't have to be performative. I am a suburban Black girl, and I've been raised in predominantly white institutions my whole life. I love being the chocolate chip of the cookie, but it's even better being part of a brownie. Being part of Nandi has impacted my college journey by way of encouraging me to advocate for myself.
Hi, my name is Roberta Krause. I'm the Dean of Counseling and Career Transition Service for San Diego College of Continuing Education. And this year, I became the president of the Nandi board.
So what are you most looking forward to about this year's conference?
Definitely networking. Just today, I have 5 different students that came to me today and asking how I could support these students. Especially there was 2 of them that want to become a teacher and one of them that would like to become a vice president. So I thought, oh, wow, how we can support them is the key, right? So all these people looking at us and saying how I became a dean, right? So my goal is definitely support the other sister and support them to the role that they want to be at the community college.
Name, school, and field of study.
My name is Kia Wade. I attend LA City College, and I'm studying cinema and television with a focus on producing and hosting.
You know, it's interesting watching you get emotional talking about this conference. What has touched you the most from the time that you've been here?
What's touched me the most is seeing how they're really making sure that we understand that there is enough room for all of us. I feel like definitely being at a school like mine and you get competitive, whether it's for scholarships or for positions, opportunities. And here you don't feel like you're scrapping for what you need or feeling like crabs in a barrel. So my biggest takeaway is that it's enough room for all of us. We can all be celebrated. We can all bring something to the table, and we don't have to feel like we're in competition with anyone.
So give me 3 words that best describe Nandi to you.
Definitely empowering, essential, and intentional.
I became a teacher when I was 5 years old on my mama's back porch in the projects. And I learned from that experience that there was nothing greater in the world than watching people learn and grow. And so when I come today, I look at you all and I see some amazing women, but you are the beneficiaries of all of us who struggle so hard. And there is no more powerful institution than the community college. None. Every family in this state has been impacted by the community college at some point. Either working there, having a relative there, having a child to attend, going to class themselves. And so the community college is a powerful place. The community college is responsible for the foundation of California's educational system. Your passion and love for people will always win in the end.
So being here at the Nandi Conference today, do you believe that it will impact your college career and perhaps even your professional career?
Absolutely. So I'm getting my degree in political science. And so to see Shirley Weber be here, the California Secretary of State, and hear her speak, not only did it make me excited to finish out my time in community college, but it makes me excited for the aftermath and being a Black woman in the political space and the educational space. But what helps me specifically stay on my education is having those women around me. So the sisterhood is real strong here.
So is there anything about the conference that has stood out to you thus far?
Yes, earlier this morning, after all the speeches, they told all of the students to stand up. And I was obviously being a first year student, I stood up and I started sobbing. And I really don't know where that came from, but when I thought about it, I think the fact that as a 23-year-old Black woman that just got back into her education, it was just so impactful to proudly stand up and be who I am and have so many other women stand up with me.
Hi, my name is Aliyah Asset Janvier, and I'm a high school student who takes college courses at Moreno Valley College. I am a dual enrollment student.
So now that you're here at the Nandi Conference, how do you feel being involved with Nandi is going to impact your academic or your career journey?
It's going to impact it through like me finding a safe space for me now, because before I didn't like have a safe space for me. I didn't find like where I can like finally just breathe and just like let out my emotions.
So tell us what your plans are right after community college.
Well, I have a long list of plans. My plan is to go to Cal State San Bernardino. I plan to try and do a triple major because I want to major in graphic design, business, and IT. And I'm also thinking about doing drum corps and being a drum major there. One thing I wanted to be for a long time is be a drum major. So I want to experience that as well as getting like the most out of my education.
IT, graphic design, drum major, President of the United States next one.
My name is Joanna Eatman, and I go to San Diego City College studying psychology.
So how long have you been a part of the Nandi Organization?
Well, I just heard about it a few weeks ago, so this is my first time coming to the conference.
And what do you think?
It's very empowering, and the ladies that are here are very inspirational, and make me want to be like them one day. Everybody that I've heard speak, I feel a connection to in some way, whether it's, what they've gone through, where they're at now. It just makes me believe that I can one day, be up there speaking, inspiring other, young ladies like myself right now.
Ebony Tyree, professor of English at San Diego City College and professor of Africana Studies at San Diego State University and Nandi board member treasurer.
You have to tell us what makes Nandi such a special organization.
I think it's the women who had a dream about what they wanted Nandi to be. And I think what makes it so special is that it's really hard work. Many times in our professions, we're doing a job, but Nandi was a choice, and it came from our spirits, our experiences as humans, as Black women who work in the system and in these institutions. And so I think it's special because in particular, Dr. Nisha Savage had a vision for an organization that would support Black women, and that came from her heart. And she was able to reach out to women who she also knew aligned with her why. And each and every person on the Nandi board that helped create this organization is unique and special in their own ways. So each person on Nandi, every woman, makes it special.
I always tell students when they first come to our institution to find your village, to find your support, because you're going to need it. It doesn't matter if you're a student or someone who works in the system. As a Black woman, there are just certain challenges that we know you're going to face. Just showing up in a space, people are going to judge you based on how your hair is, what are you wearing, how do you talk, and how you're perceived, really. And so I always encourage students, no matter, if you're going to a four-year university, or if you're coming to community college, or if you're coming into Nandi, to find your village. And so we hope to grow Nandi to have like charters similar to what Amin does for their charters, so that Black women on college campuses can find their village and find their support being around other Black women, because there is nothing more powerful. I mean, I can't even explain like what it is like when I'm standing at that podium and looking out into the audience and seeing a sea of Black women. It's so uplifting, affirming, and just to be in a space like that, I would want that for all of our students coming into community college, especially our students who come from marginalized backgrounds, Black women being one of them.
Please introduce yourself to our wonderful audience.
Hi, I'm Janelle Williams Melendrez. I am the Executive Officer of Equity and Engagement out at Southwestern College, and I'm also a Nandi board member.
Now, we see the statistics. We know that many Black and African American women don't pursue higher education. They might be afraid. They don't know where to start. How do you feel that you would speak to them? As a matter of fact, you can speak to them. What would you tell them that they want to get involved in Nandi and also in pursuing a higher education?
Yes. So number one, we know that there are examples of highly educated Black women all over this country. Our statistics are really high there. And being able to have access to those things is something that Nandi provides, right? It's hard to kind of have a trajectory for something that you've never seen modeled. And so I think that's what Nandi does. And so for anyone who is interested in that, I would say, one, you are not alone. There are models out there for you. And if there are not, there are seas of women waiting to help you and uplift you and affirm you so you can get there.
Tell us about the relationship between California community colleges and Nandi, because it's a strong one, obviously.
Yes, absolutely. So for us, we're all working in the California Community College system, a huge system, the largest one in the country, right? And for some reason, we were able to be in that same system and be recognized and receive a grant to be able to operationalize what we were thinking and have support from the Chancellor's office. And so Chancellor Christian has come and given welcomes, made sure that we have been supported by them, making sure that the resources that we need, they often have helped to supply those things, are promoting for us. So again, we are eternally grateful and overwhelmed with the support that we receive from the Chancellor's office.
We are here at the 3rd Annual Nandi Conference, and I'm here with Dr. Janae Johnson. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm a professor at San Diego Mesa College, and I'm also a Nandi board member. And I also serve on the planning committee to bring about this wonderful conference. I think that California Community College's foundation for a lot of students, because a lot of students, sometimes they have financial challenges, academic challenges. They may even be a different type of student. Maybe they're a student parent or they have to work full time. And so California Community Colleges creates access in ways that they may not be able to pursue at a 4-year institution right away. And so it also, a lot of colleges have strong workforce development programs. But then in addition to that, they just have a lot of just wonderful programs to help students where they are. And so I'll just even use my daughter as an example. She could attend a 4-year, but she decided to come to the college that I'm currently working at. But, she has a job. She's doing all these wonderful things because the community aspect of the institution allows her to just integrate in a way that I don't think she would have had if she went to a larger institution. She wouldn't have had the same support, the same connections. And so I see her thriving as a result. And so I would say a lot of students can receive that once they enter into it, but sometimes they may not know, if it's different from this or that, but really community colleges bring that foundational opportunity for them to make those discoveries about what they're brilliant at.
The brilliance of the California Community College system is that it's sort of codified in the Educational Master Plan, in which it said, about 40 years ago, that the top 33% of the graduating seniors would go to Cal State University campuses, that some top 11.5% would go to the University of California. And for us, our mission is to admit the top 100% of the graduating seniors. So that commitment to equity and access is embedded and imbued in everything that we do. We feel that this is what community college does, is democratize the academic spaces for students to excel. So many of us have come from other systems because we truly believe that this is the place, regardless of circumstance, in which students ascend. And we do that. We do that through the intentional work that we do inside of the classroom with our amazing faculty of all colors, and the experiences that we give them outside of the classroom. Through programs like Umoja, programs like Puente, programs like Nandi, we create spaces where students who might not have seen themselves as scholars walk away and feel like, I am a scholar. And we believe that they are scholars. Many of us choose intentionally to work in California community colleges because of that. And I also want to add that one of the reasons why we choose to do that is because of the diversity within our system. We know that we are the place, the premier place for African American students to be students. And so we're very proud of that. We don't have many historically black colleges on the West Coast. So we see ourselves as kind of taking that space within the educational system to help those students aspire.
So at the community college, the small classrooms and the one-on-one support, the support that you have when students need with the books, with transportation, with childcare. So there's a lot of support at the community college that we don't see at the university. And for some type of students, I think community college is the best way to start.
So what's next for Samira in your educational journey?
So I am graduating from community college with 2 associate's degrees in hopes of transferring to a 4-year university. Dr. Charlins is the transfer director at San Diego City College, and she's a part of the board when it comes to Nandi. And that has been someone who's been such a tremendous help. So when it comes to Nandi, the engagement is forever, the mentorship is forever, and I'm so excited to have that relationship and to have this relationship with this organization as I continue progressing in higher education.
So you being a returning student, you're an inspiration. So what would you say to someone that maybe perhaps feels that they can't do it? Maybe it's too late. What would you say to that person that's watching and listening right now?
I would say don't get caught up in age. Think about, what do you feel like you're bringing to the table? What power do you feel like you hold? Looking at in the room, like you see women of all ages. Some people were kind of confused when I stood up. They're like, "Oh, you're a student?" Yes, I may dress a little. Well, today's not the most professional outfit, but definitely don't get caught up in age. We all have something to bring to the table. I feel like us coming back just shows our resilience, and it's empowering for the people behind us and the people who may be older, who's like, okay, she came back 10 years later, I can do the same, and it really doesn't matter. I even think about Viola Davis a lot when I think about time. It doesn't matter.
Nandi is not about membership. There's not something that you have to do to be a part of it. You simply need to engage. It is a movement. It is a vibe. It is energy that will reverberate beyond this conference.
So if people want to get involved with this wonderful organization, Nandi, tell them where to go, tell them what to do.
There are many ways that you can get involved and get engaged. So one is follow us on Instagram. That's where you're going to get all the latest and greatest information about where we're presenting, how we're showing up, who's getting promoted, and for us just to begin to elevate stories. So that is going to be a great place. Another great place to visit us is by going to icangotocollege.com. And there's information about Nandi there, and also a lot of great information about going to college, right? I can only imagine if I had a resource like that when I was a student that was so affirmative and then had connections to organizations and additional resources that can make that path to and through college one where people feel empowered, where people feel seen, where people feel heard, and where they have their identities validated on a day-to-day basis. So if people are looking for ways to get involved, reach out and we will connect and respond.
So if someone is watching or listening today and they want to connect to the Nandi organization, what is the best way in which to do that?
They can go to icangotocollege.com, click on Black Student Success page, and that'll take you to the Nandi link.
What an incredible event. What an inspiring community. The voices we've heard here remind us what's possible when we build spaces where Black women are seen, supported, and celebrated. Nandi is showing us what it looks like to lead with purpose, to create access, and to foster environments where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. And they're not the only ones doing this work. Across California's community colleges, there are powerful programs and dedicated people breaking down barriers and helping students succeed. If you're searching for support or want to learn more about the opportunities available to you, visit icangotocollege.com and visit the Black and African American Student Success page. From financial aid and academic advising to leadership programs and mentorship, It's all there to help you take the next step toward your future. That's icangotocollege.com. Because when we educate, we elevate. And when we elevate together, we all move forward. Thanks for being part of this conversation. Keep going, keep growing, and we will see you next time.
We are the painters of our world. We are creators. We decide what goes.